So swear words, or curse words, I'm not sure what people would call them, but I think that there's some people that like actually call them cuss words, but I'm convinced that's just, no one actually says that, it's just some urban myth of sorts. Whatever you would call them though, I wouldn't say it matters, because, you know, I think you'd know it if you saw it, and I'd also say you'd probably remember maybe the first time you heard one, which, for me, I remember I was 4 or 5, and my brother, he took me around the back of the garden, and he was just going, oh yeah, like, look man, you can't tell anyone what I'm about to say, not even mum. There are 2 types of the F word.
Baba Booey.
And
Baba Booey.
And Pele is the best football player ever. This was a life-changing word, to say the least, for young me. I remember during like break at school, like me and my friends, we'd be in like a bit of a corner maybe, and we'd, you know, just so the teachers couldn't overhear us, and we could sort of then dice out a few swear words of sorts, and, you know, initially it was a bit of, I don't know, God knows what, but then sooner or later it just turns into this basic necessity for every single sentence, and I would like to think that I went through that phase fairly quickly and cleaned my mouth up, but some just kept going, and some of them, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, but they started swearing around their parents, which for me I think is possibly the lowest of all lows that you could stoop down to. I mean, these are just like your parents, and to swear, I don't know. I won't get into it because it's a bit, there are just some things I think are, yeah, too far gone, and that's up there, that is up there. I think another one of the problems with swear words is like the overuse of them. Like, yeah, sure you can splash one out every once in a while, you know, here or there, but like, oh, there's just like these people who like will use this default filler word, which just, I think is counterintuitive because it just takes away any sort of meaning, and it's, I think the easiest way to be an annoying pain in the neck. Like, I'd say we all know at least one person who just kind of swears like that, and, you know, as though there's just no tomorrow, and they need to get all the swear words out of their system. Possibly one of the worst things your ears will have to come into contact with. I remember I had a friend, and like, God almighty, he used to swear like that, and it was just around his parents as well. Safe to say I cut off any ties with him fairly quickly. I remember I used to have this other friend from when I was 9, and him and his 2 younger brothers used to always swear around their parents as well. Yeah, it's quite honestly bizarre, because the younger brothers were about 6 and 4. I mean, 6 and 4 years old. That is, like, I'm not sure they're allowed to say the F word, to be fair, but I mean, well, you know, anything else was within reach, so I guess it's good to know there's some level of rules laid out for a 6 and 4 year old. But yeah, I just remember being at his house, and like, some others would come out and this whatever, and they would just be like, you know, 6 and 4. They'd be coming out with this unholy language at that ripe age. And, you know, and the older brothers were like, oh yeah, like, my mum doesn't mind it, it's fine for us, like, it's no big deal. But this same guy's mum, on the other hand, didn't let those kids play Minecraft for longer than 20 minutes a day, so this chillaxed mentality seems to just roam in and out of most different subjects. I don't think I need to tell you that was an interesting family and experience. Another friend from when I was about 7, he used to swear ridiculous amounts of the time. Well, for a 7-year-old it felt like that anyway, because, yeah, it was, I think, you know, he just came across like such an edgy and almost intense human at times, if you'd let me say. Because, well, yeah, I mean, you're 7 years old. I'd only just sort of somewhat gotten used to some of these words, and, you know, he's just throwing them around, which my innocent ears, I wouldn't say we're fully accustomed to, so it was quite a lot, but that came to a raging halt after the teacher overheard him with some god almighty words being said about most likely someone's mother, I believe. And yeah, it did not end too well, from what I remember. Funny enough, that same day I accidentally threw a basketball at that teacher's head, so some sort of revenge possibly, but I don't know, an eventful day to say the least, I think you'd agree. But Yeah, I'd say these days, when someone swears, I wouldn't say it's unnecessary. And hopefully it would bring some value to the conversation, not some overuse or some over exaggeration, but rather something that actually helps deliver the point, as opposed to some immature God knows what. But as for myself, I wouldn't swear that much, but when I would like to think I have some sort of elegance towards it.